September 1997. Downtown Los Angeles is peaceful at this hour of the night, a far cry from the busy metropolitan center it is during the day. The Dunbar Armored Plant is in the middle of a regular night shift. The guards have no idea that they will soon fall prey to one of the biggest and most daring robberies in U.S. history. The Dunbar Armored Inc.'s regional safety inspector is 33-year-old Alan Pace III. His co-workers like him, and he appears to be conscientious in his work. He has a reputation for pulling pranks. Nobody is aware of the fact that Alan is a criminal mastermind with ambitious goals. Robbery of the downtown Los Angeles Dunbar Armored Facility, a depot where armored trucks drop off and pick up cash accumulated from businesses all across the city, is number one on his list of things to undertake. Alan seeks assistance from his dependable childhood pals Thomas Johnson, Eugene Hill, Eric Boyd, Freddie McCrary Jr., Terry Brown Sr., and Eugene Hill. Alan investigates the facility's security procedures. He becomes familiar with everyone's night shift routines. The fact that Alan is in charge of the company's worker safety leads the other employees to believe that snapping pictures must be part of his duties. In reality, he is responsible for checking that fire extinguishers are current and that corridors are not obstructed as part of his duties. As part of his plan, Alan also looks for the blind spots on the security cameras and monitors the rotating cameras to see how long they remain in one field of vision. So, how come he planned all of this without getting caught? What are the details of this mind-blowing operation? You will get to know this and many more as we dive into details. So sit tight and stay tuned with us till the end of the video. However, before that, there's a quick reminder that you can subscribe for free and like the video so that we can boost the algorithm. Comments are most welcomed. Alan has been planning the robbery with his 5 friends over the course of several months. Alan is able to give those maps, pictures, and in-depth information because of his thorough research. They also go on field visits for reconnaissance, driving by the structure and becoming quite familiar with the surroundings. They promise not to leak information about the others if one of them gets caught. Alan receives notice that he would be dismissed from Dunbar Armored on Thursday, September 12th for tampering with corporate property. He had pranked one of the armored trucks by removing its headlight. Now was the only option. Alan would have to surrender his keys the following day or risk being denied admission to the building. In addition, Friday morning, early AM hours are the ideal moment to strike. According to past experience, Alan is aware that the vault will be stuffed with cash, ready to be dispersed throughout the city in advance of the weekend shopping. The robbers group spends a few hours at a party in Long Beach on Thursday night to create alibis. After that, they vanish and don masks and black clothing. Before traveling around 25 miles or 40 kilometers to downtown Los Angeles, they also examine their weapons and put on radio headsets for communication. The trip takes less than 30 minutes at this late hour because there is little traffic. The burglars arrive at the downtown Dunbar facility a few minutes after midnight. They can easily drive their rented U-Haul truck into the parking lot because Alan knew that the security guard monitoring the parking lot's cameras had a new truck and kept the camera trained on it so he could see it while planning. Alan only needs to unlock a side door for the robbers to enter, and they do so immediately. The first thing they must do is avoid being caught on one of the many surveillance cameras surrounding the hallways. They move at scheduled intervals and hug the walls thanks to Alan's thorough preparation, allowing them to pass spinning cameras undetected. The robbers make their way to the cafeteria, where they rapidly kidnap the waitstaff. The majority of the guards take their lunch breaks at 12:30 a.m. Guards are ambushed and held hostage one by one as they enter the cafeteria, preventing them from raising the alarm or informing other guards. The duct-taped arms and ankles of all the captured guards are placed face down on the ground. One of the hostage guards gives the robbers the key to the vault preparation room. Criminals simply rush the 2 armed guards inside and seize them as hostages because this chamber contains cameras that can't be avoided. The 18-inch or 46-centimeter steel doors of the vault must now be entered by the burglars. The vault has been left open for accessibility due to the volume of the cash passing through the establishment on a Friday night. The thieves enter the safe and use bolt cutters to cut the standard padlocks on the metal cages holding the money bags. Delivery routes are used to sort the money in the vault, and Allen has learned which routes require large denomination bills. He instructs his team to stay away from fresh currency bags with consecutive serial numbers. They typically take bags with stacks of $20 banknotes that were meant for automated teller machines scattered throughout the city. Quickly placing the bundles of cash onto metal carts, the criminals drive them to the loading dock. They load up after backing their truck up to the dock. They transfer $18.9 million in cash in around 30 minutes. Before they separate, Allen has two more chores to complete. He rushes to a hidden closet somewhere in the facility to collect the secret backup security tapes out of recording equipment that is in a locked cabinet after stealing the security tapes from the recording system in the security control room. On their way out, the burglars also damage the cameras. The biggest cash robbery in American history was accomplished by Allen Pace and his team without the use of a single bullet. The robbers change back into their party attire in an apartment that belongs to one of them. They act coolly as they return to the Long Beach house party. Most robbers would be eager and stupid at this point, flashing their cash around and going on spending binges. These thieves are more intelligent than most, though. Each crew member receives $100,000 from Allen to be utilized for quiet, covert purchases. The balance of the money will have to wait until the heat is turned off, as per the agreed-upon schedule. The remaining $18.2 million is placed in garbage bags by the burglars and taken to a self-storage facility for safekeeping. The local police, FBI, and other federal agencies promptly organize a task team to look into the heist. A $125,000 reward is being offered by the Dunbar firm and its insurer, Lloyd's of London, for information that results in the capture and conviction of the criminals. Authorities are quickly perplexed, though. No prints are present. There are no names since the thieves called each other by number when speaking to one another throughout the robbery. Also, there's no video documentation of the crime. It's an inside job, that much is certain, according to the investigators. Someone who is well-versed in the workings of the Dunbar armored plant must be involved. All the more so, given that the robbers also stole the backup security recordings despite being aware of their existence. Police questioned facility staff in the hopes that someone may have information. Which employee do you believe could have committed this act is one of the questions posed at these discussions. It's interesting how frequently Allen Pace's name is mentioned. An unrelated little plastic taillight lens that was discovered at Dunbar's loading dock and does not belong to any corporate vehicle is the sole significant piece of information the investigators have. It is identified as coming from a 14-foot or 4.27 meter U-Haul truck after being examined at the FBI's forensics lab in Washington. But this intriguing lead fails to deliver. In the greater LA area at the time of the robbery, there were many U-Haul trucks available for rent. Allen's name is the only one they know. Of course, he hadn't rented a truck at the time of the robbery when they checked. Allen is the target of surveillance by the detectives. They investigate his financial records as well. They make no discoveries, though. At his mother's house, Allen keeps a low profile. He hasn't made any eye-catching acquisitions. He avoids the self-storage facility where the money is kept. Allen doesn't even have a bank account, as it turns out. The path becomes barren. 6 months have passed. Allen distributes money to his workers in a cautious manner. He intends to retire and live off his investments after investing his portion in rental properties. The criminals gradually start spending cash to buy automobiles and other assets. They purchase at least 10 homes at public foreclosure auctions via straw buyers. They may let family members reside there or rent them out. The thieves are aware that they unintentionally took several bags of fresh cash with sequential serial numbers that may be used to identify them as participants in the theft. They must destroy this money, Allen informs them. Several of the robbers go to one of their residences with a fireplace and attempt to burn it out. Nonetheless, U.S. currency is produced to be somewhat non-flammable, and the stacks burn very slowly. The work gradually became tiresome. To get rid of the fresh money, the criminals opt to travel to Las Vegas and play the slots there. Sadly, fresh, new money gets stuck in the slot machines. In order to make the money useful, the criminals finally wash it in a washing machine. More hours pass. Alan establishes a business called Extreme Entertainment that leases out party supplies, but is really just a front for laundering the looted funds. He hires his cronies and pays himself and them extremely exorbitant incomes. Eugene Hill, one of the robbers, commits a fatal error about 2 years after the crime. He employs a real estate broker to help him buy a house and hands the broker a wad of cash still secured in its original cash straps. The broker reports to the police that he is suspicious. Police carry out an investigation and discover that the cash is a portion of the loot taken from the Dunbar facility based on the dates and writing on the straps. In addition to subpoenaing hundreds of U-Haul data, the authorities investigate Eugene's bank records. They discovered that Eugene had hired a 14-foot U-Haul the day prior to the crime and had returned it the next day. More cash in its original money wrappers is found in Eugene's hands when the police arrest him. Eugene instantly admits his guilt and implicates his friends in exchange for a lighter punishment. In the spring of 2001, Alan and the other 5 robbers were apprehended and placed on trial. Alan maintained his denial of involvement in the crime until the very end, saying that he had been set up by his old pals as retaliation for having an extramarital affair. 4 members of Alan's gang who committed the robberies entered guilty pleas and received sentences to federal prison ranging from 7.5 to 10 years. The 5th thief is sentenced to 17.5 years. The criminal mastermind Alan received a 24-year sentence. The robbers must now pay $18.9 million in reparations in addition. The $7 million that was stolen in the heist has been recovered by authorities. The majority of that money was spent on automobiles, residences, and other things. In Las Vegas, it's thought that several $100,000 were lost through gambling. According to many authorities, there may still be $10 million buried. This money is still missing as of fall 2020. Alan Pace will soon finish serving his prison term. Could he sneak back in and grab the missing stolen money, then change his identity and retire on a beach somewhere? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. It will help us to understand our audience and allows YouTube to suggest similar videos to you. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you at the next one.